They said I was always the embarrassment at family gatherings. Then I purchased my dream home. Every holiday like clockwork. I'd brace myself for the inevitable comments. The veiled insults always came wrapped in forced smiles or the clinking of glasses. "You're always the embarrassment," my dad would chuckle, nudging my brother Daniel as if I were a running joke only they understood. My mom would just quietly say, "At least try not to say anything weird this year." And every single time I'd nod, offer a tight smile, and go help set the table or fetch chairs from the garage, playing the good background character in my own life. I'm Eli, 32, and for most of my adult life, I embraced the role they'd assigned me. The quiet, eccentric one. The one who didn't climb the corporate ladder like Daniel or gush about baby milestones like my sister Carly. The one who spent his 20s bouncing between freelance projects, startup roles, and side ventures nobody quite grasped. Except that persistent effort eventually paid dividends. I never made a big deal about what I did. When I was building apps for small businesses, my family dismissed it as a hobby. When I started consulting for tech companies, they'd simply roll their eyes, asking when I'd find a real job. Even when I launched a SaaS product that gained significant traction during the pandemic, they just laughed when I mentioned needing to hire someone. "Hire? You mean like a friend to help you with your website?" Daniel snorted over Thanksgiving dinner, while Dad theatrically carved the turkey as if auditioning for a TV cooking competition. So I stopped talking about work altogether. It wasn't worth the effort. No matter what I accomplished, I remained the punchline, the disappointment, the designated embarrassment. The breaking point wasn't some grand spectacle. It was Carly's 35th birthday last year. Mom had booked a vineyard for the family, complete with catered hors d'oeuvres, a live acoustic guitarist, and a slideshow of Carly's best moments, which included 5 baby photos, her high school graduation, and a picture of her proudly displaying her first tax return. At some point during the speeches, Daniel raised his glass and declared, "Here's to Carly, proof that a solid, responsible path truly pays off." Everyone laughed. My Aunt Cheryl actually clapped. Then Mom chimed in. "And here's to Eli for always keeping us on our toes." Another wave of laughter. My wine glass shook in my hand. That night I stayed late to help clean up. Not because they deserved it, but because the catering staff looked utterly exhausted. As I carried folding chairs back to the van, Daniel passed me with a smirk. "Still playing the helpful hand, I see?" he murmured, loud enough for me to hear, but soft enough for deniability. I didn't say anything. I just finished up and drove home in silence. But that silence wasn't surrender. It was a blueprint. I'd been quietly saving for years. Tech income could be volatile, but I'd made smart moves, invested wisely, scaled back when needed, and automated what I could. And earlier that spring, I'd closed on a modern 3-bedroom home tucked away in a gated hillside neighborhood. Floor-to-ceiling windows, smart home tech throughout, and a backyard that left realtors speechless. It was my dream house, and no one in my family knew about it. Not because I was hiding it, but because not a single person had ever genuinely inquired about what was happening in my life. I signed the papers, unpacked my boxes, and then did something I'd never done before. I celebrated myself. I planned a housewarming party like it was a major gala. I sent personalized invitations to my closest friends, some old clients who'd become dear, and a few colleagues who'd supported me through tough patches. No family. Not a single one. I told them I was busy that weekend when someone tried to arrange a brunch. I set the event to private on Facebook, but intentionally left it visible enough to be discovered. That part was deliberate.